Alright, hello guys, welcome back to another video. So I figured I was gonna come on here and make a video today about Boogie2988, and I feel like I'm late to the party on this because, you know, a lot of people have already talked about this already, and I feel like people would already know about this and know how bad the situation is. But for the people who don't know who Boogie2988 is, he was once a really well-respected creator in the YouTube community. He was known for his Francis character. If you don't know who Francis was, he was just a little video because you probably have seen him before.
What's with the camera?
Social experiment, man. Don't worry about it.
Where's my Mountain Dew?
What are you talking about, man?
No, where's my Mountain Dew? I keep it in the microwave.
I know you have.
Do you see my glass? I'm raiding in here, and I don't have any Mountain Dew.
Like, I saw some Mountain Lightning earlier.
Where did you hide the Mountain Dew? Where did you hide it? We're getting ready to go!
It's like, there's some Faygo in the fridge, man.
I don't want any fucking Faygo! You cure the Faygo! Do you look like I'm thirsty for Faygo?
But yeah, essentially Boogie was known for his character Francis and his videos he made back in the day. And I do have to say, this was really good content that he was putting out. I remember finding some of these videos and I ended up really enjoying them. So to me, it's just really sad to see somebody like this who was once making really good content, being successful, making millions and millions of views, just in a way fall off and destroy their really great reputation and everything that they've built up for the past 12 years. Because that's essentially what is happening for Boogie right now. From situations he's had with Frank Hassel, where he pulled the gun and he shot it on his front porch. I think that was back in like 2020. The end result of all of that was him becoming a felon due to his use of that firearm, to putting, I think it was around like 90% of his savings into a investment, one that as far as I'm aware was crypto. And I mean, if you know anything about crypto, it's not really a great thing to invest into, especially not with like 90% of your savings, or frankly any money if you look at it that way, because it's not really regulated by the federal government yet. I'm guessing you guys have heard of all like the crypto scams like Logan Paul, Sam Bankman-Fried, I think that's how you say his name. Like those are just some instances of crypto scams. And to put your money into something like crypto, essentially gambling most of your money in it, probably is not the best idea. Because what happened with Boogie was he put his money into crypto. He somehow was able to make a shit ton of money off of it, in which he put up this video right here, I am finally rich, how crypto made me rich. And then I don't know if he forgot about it or what, but he never pulled out of it and he lost all of his money. And then he went on to beg his audience for money essentially. And that was probably the worst thing he could have ever done. The reason being is because he's a YouTuber, and despite the fact that he has to pay for his house, right? And he's close to going broke because he put 90% of his savings into crypto. It's like, bro, once again, you're a YouTuber. You have it way better than anybody else in your position because you have this platform that you still get views on. I mean, it's not as many views as it was before. It isn't millions or anything like that of views. You're not going to become rich doing these videos, but if you consistently post videos over and over, like a video or two a day, you should be able to recover from this really easily. And you'll be seeing more about this in the documentary. Like, he has this victim mentality for some reason during this whole documentary, basically claiming a lot in this documentary that he can't do these things and that his time is up, as if like he's dead or he's going to die. Like, I was watching Moist Critical's video on this yesterday, and literally he's saying this as if he was in the fucking grave. Like, why, Boogie? Why? Just because you have all these issues right now does not mean you can't fix them and live a better life, honestly. Like, you just have to get up and stop acting like a baby, acting like a victim, and you have to stop relying on other people's support, like as in like financially and whatnot. Like, no one can hold your hand through life and do it for you. You just have to push through and do it yourself. And you're not always gonna like things that you do in life or where you're at, but you have to do that to get to the good places. Now, of course, I'm not going to be going over the whole documentary. Like, I'm not gonna be reacting to it for the whole video. I'd rather have you guys go over there and watch it for yourselves. But there are a few specific spots that I want to go over and that I wanted to showcase in this video. And as much as I want to go over more of the positive stuff in this video, it's just like there really isn't much positive about this. Because starting off in the beginning of the video, he goes over his crypto losses and how much money he has in his bank account, literally what we just talked about. And it looks like he only has almost $3,000 in his bank account. And it's just like, how do you let it get to this point? I just don't get it. Like, I know this is crazy, but I have to say it, all right? Because I think think this is really funny. I have a higher net worth than Boogie2988. And that's just really crazy to me. It's like, how do you mess up that much? And realistically, these things were things that you could have prevented. Like, you didn't have to put 90% of your savings into crypto and lose it all. You could have just avoided that. And also on top of that, it's like right now, you claim that you're broke and you can't do anything about it or whatever your reason was. I think Boogie knows what he needs to do to get back on track, but he just rather like sit around and complain about it. He could very easily go around and sell all of his stuff, all of his assets, like the collectibles and stuff like that he has, because he does have a lot of stuff, a lot of materialistic things that people, you know, could buy off of him, but he's clinging on to them because of the sentimental value that they have to him. And it's like, when you're in debt and you risk going homeless, like, these are things that you just have to do. You just have to sell your stuff and you need to make money somehow, which you could easily do that with your YouTube channel, uploading 1 or 2 videos a day. Like, I already went over this, because with the amount of views that he is making on his channel, he can definitely turn his life around and make things better again. Like, if I were making the amount of views that he is making on his channel right now, I would not be working a normal full-time job. I would just be doing YouTube. I would be putting out daily videos and everything. And I want to be at his point in terms of views sometime, but it's just hard to be successful on YouTube. Like, someone has to say it. I mean, it takes a lot of grinding and consistently putting out videos, and Boogie already has that on his channel. Like, he was already once successful and his channel isn't entirely dead. Like, we're literally looking at a guy who, as far as I'm aware, has not worked a normal job in such a very long time. Like, it really is not that hard, Boogie. It really is not. Now, moving on. Like I said, this documentary is just showcasing the worst of Boogie. And there's the segment in the video where they talk about where Boogie paid more than $200,000 on sex workers across the US between 2018 and 2021. Like, at the end of the day, it's just like, why? This is a whole new level of desperacy that I have seen. And it's like, I also feel like something like this should not be showcased on the internet, because quite frankly, it is very embarrassing, and you'll see why.
I am a former sex worker escort, and Boogie2988 was one of my clients. I'm from LA, and I get a message on this website, you can probably guess which one, from this guy who looked a lot like Boogie.
I took women on vacations, and I took them out to fancy dinners, and I took them to like Disneyland and shit.
He bought me dinner, he got me a purse that we were talking about over messages, and he got me a couple gift cards, and he spent well over $5,000 on just that night.
You know the rules. The rules are, we're gonna go out and eat. We're gonna have dinner. Maybe we're gonna fuck. And you're gonna enjoy a nice lifestyle that you don't normally get to enjoy.
Okay, so one, I really didn't talk about this, but throughout the whole documentary, he's just spending his money on like extra things that he doesn't need to be spending his money on, essentially. Like, at one point, he bought a sound bar because his other one just wasn't working properly and it was crackling. Well, he decided to buy a $100 sound bar from Amazon, and like the moment he got this sound bar, his other sound bar that was on the TV that was having issues stopped having issues, and it's like, just send it back. You don't need it. Things that you don't need, get rid of them. Like, sell them, return them, and then you can get more money. Like, stop wasting your money on comedy shows, eating out, and the main thing that we're talking about here, which happens to be sex workers. Like, come on, Boogie. Like, $5,000 something for a dinner with a sex worker, really? Like, guys, if you made it this far in my video and you're just seeing how bad this is for Boogie, don't do these things like Boogie is doing. Don't waste your money on dumb shit. And if you can, sell your stuff that you don't need, regardless of what situation you're in. Because it's like, why have it if you're not going to use it?
So he was really funny, and definitely tell he was nervous. He did eat a lot of food. I'm pretty sure he got 2 entrees, which was very unique.
It's not a revelation. I like beautiful women. I like to hang out with beautiful women, fuck beautiful women. We all do. I never got to do that. The women I dated were pretty, sure, but they were like Arkansas 8s, not LA 10s. With sugaring, I got to fuck some LA 10s, and I think that's cool.
We got back to the hotel, and I do regret to say that I slept with Boogie2988. Overall, the experience, and I don't mean to fat shame or anything, but there was rules upon rules upon rules, and it took me a lot of time to find a stick. I am now married with 2 kids, and sleeping with Boogie is one of the reasons I quit sex work.
Like, man, if you didn't think this documentary could have gotten any worse, just take a look at this. You know you're real down bad and you got it really bad if the reason she quit sex working was because of you. Like, the further and further we go on here, it's just like, I can't. I don't understand why you would want something like this published about you. I don't know why you would agree to being on film, putting out all the sad and bad things that have happened to you and the mistakes that you have done, all on video right here for the whole internet to see. Like, this is embarrassing. And as far as I'm aware, he was only compensated like $2,000, and that was to drive out to, like, I don't even care about finding out which state it was, but he had to drive out somewhere and he was paid $2,000 to do it for this documentary. But it's like, you did this for $2,000. You've got to be kidding me right now. Like, this is absurd. I just can't believe it. Like, I think this is the worst that I have ever seen anyone get humiliated anywhere. IRL, on the internet. Like, I don't think I have seen any worse than this documentary right here. But continuing on with the rest of the documentary here, there was this one part where he was talking about jokes that he's made and whatnot in the past, and it's just like, Boogie, these aren't funny jokes. These just make you look like a weirdo. Nobody's laughing, and these are all red flags for anybody who wants to date you in the future.
The N-word is just a word. If you guys left and these cameras weren't rolling and I was sitting here alone in the dark and I said the N-word, there's no magic power to it.
So say it.
Oh no, I'm not gonna say it on camera where it could hurt somebody. I like offensive humor. I like dark jokes. I say fucked up shit. I think the darker something is, cancer, rape, murder, child abuse, the darker it is, the more important it is to make jokes about it.
Yeah. I'm sorry you had to go through that, bro.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. I mean, I didn't go through it. I'm still alive. She's dead. And, yeah, so fuck her. And now she's dead.
That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person of color, or is it not? I don't know. Someone says you can't put your finger into a clitoris. Somebody here doesn't have a scalpel handy. You splay that fucker just right, you can wrap it all around your fingers. You gotta shave real thin. Woo! That's disturbing. That's the most fun.
Now, moving on to the last part of the documentary that I wanted to talk about in my video is he goes over all of his health problems and he goes down the list of every single one of them that he has.
Here's everything that's wrong with Boogie. Low testosterone, testicular hypogonadism, sleep apnea, swelling due to blockages of lymphatic flow, seborrheic eczema, chronic back pain, protein in urine. That's from kidney damage, folks. That is everything keeping me alive. We have losartan, tramadol, bupropion, sertraline. Did I deal with back pain? I deal with nightmares. I'm always tired. I don't know the last time I did sleep. Otherwise, if I don't wear this machine at night, when I'm supposed to be sleeping, I'm actually drowning in my own fat. High blood pressure, history of gastric bypass, intestinal malabsorption, vitamin D sufficiency, because like most gamers, I hate the sun, morbid obesity, major depressive disorder, major anxiety disorder, history of diabetes mellitus, blood pooling in veins, varicose veins of the legs with complications, degeneration of lumbar or lumbosacral intervertebral disc. That means my back don't work so good. History of basal cell carcinoma, that's cancer. And of course I can't breathe so good, so asthma and allergies as well. So it's a waiting game now, and it's just about making the best of it.
And I feel like if Boogie wanted to put the effort into, you know, not having all of these issues, I feel like he could. I feel like a lot of these things, if he decided to turn around his life right now so that he isn't going to die in like 10 years, I just feel like he could do that. But he chooses not to. He decides to make himself look like an idiot in this documentary, showcasing all of his problems to the world, which most of them are pretty embarrassing, thinking that the world is going to be able to help him in some sort of way. Like someone out there is going to wave the magic wand, abracadabra, and all of Boogie's issues are going to be gone, and Boogie will be able to live a happy life with his 20-year-old girlfriend. And I mean, I guess for context here, I'm 19, almost 20 years old. Now, people can do what they want to do, of course, as long as it's legal. But dude, I could tell you right now, there's no way in hell that I would be interested in a almost 50-year-old woman being my age. And I hate to say it, I feel like that's sort of like a popular opinion, and I can see why people view you the wrong way for this astronomically big age gap. But for real, dude, in all reality, get some help. And I'm not even saying that to be mean or anything like that. Just turn your life around, please. Work towards a better future. And from what I've seen, your girlfriend really likes you, and I don't think that she would want to see you die in like a few years or 10 years or whatever, and then have to go through that. And I feel like that should be something that, you know, makes you want to get better for her, at least. If you don't want to do it for yourself, if you want to be a victim for yourself, and you want to embarrass yourself for yourself, you know, whatever. But I mean, at least do it for her, okay? Stop thinking only about yourself and do it for other people who want to see you succeed. I feel like I've said enough about the situation, so I think I'm going to wrap up the video right there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Do not forget to check out that documentary by Mike Klum. He did a very good job on the documentary, and I'll be honest here, I was pretty uncomfortable while watching this documentary, but I'm pretty sure that's only because of the topic that it was about. But I mean, besides the topic, this was a really highly edited documentary, and for it being the first documentary that this person has put out, Mike Klum, this was actually really good, and this genuinely looked like something that I would see on like regular mainstream TV. So yeah, big props to Mike Klum for this documentary, and I can't wait to see what he uploads next. And yeah, if you thought that this was a good video, make sure you hit the like button so it gets promoted more in the algorithm so more people will see it. Now, if you're new to the channel and you like the video, make sure you subscribe because you will not want to miss any of my future content. I'm trying to upload almost every day, and if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or opinions about anything, make sure you leave a comment down in the comment section down below. And yeah, my name is Breone, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.